I live here in Angra, in the island of Terceira.
And you are an environmental engineer.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so can you tell me how you got involved in the exchange program?
Well, it's very interesting. My son, he's studied in the University of the Azores, agricultural science, and in 2023 he interviewed to go to the Fresno State exchange program with the Fresno State University and Fresno State, and he applied. He made the interview, and he was selected. And so my son Andre, he went for a whole month to Fresno State to do the program, and it was amazing for him. When he got back home, he said, because he's in agriculture science for love. He loves agriculture, and he told me, Mom, it was a blast of an experience. I had the most outstanding time. I learned so much in a month. And he told me about everyone that picked them up for dinners, took them to places, everybody involved there with the program. And he just said, Mom, it was an amazing experience, but the people that we met and that made things for us made it so special that I will never forget this in my whole entire life. And so I told him, Andre, we have to do the same thing for whoever comes here, because it's like you say, it's an experience. It's a lifetime experience. You're coming to a different place, a different island, like you arrived yesterday. Isn't it all too different for you? So these kids come here, and they're not kids, they're teenagers, of course. They're always kids for me. But, and they arrive here. It's a different island, it's a different space, different people, different culture, different food, different climate, humid. It's different. You're coming from California. It's all different for them. Many kids can have relations or can have family that are Portuguese, or parents were Azorean, grandparents Azorean. True. Last year we had one girl that had parents family, Azorean family, but the others didn't even know where the Azores were. They just found about the Azores when they came here, or they got into the program. So we had to make it special for them, at least to make them welcome here. Introduce them to little things, take them around, make it worth coming. So that's how I got involved. And it's been amazing. I love them all. It's family. I mean, to tell you the truth, all the kids that came and that I've been helping and been with them, each one of them is special.
So what specifically do you do when they come over? Do you have a set schedule, or is it spontaneous?
Well, I'm a little pushy because I really want them to do all, like, I can imagine, and I'm always asking them, is it too much? Are you sure it's okay? And they always want to do whatever I put them to do. Well, we do trails. We do take them to the festas at night, and we took them to the bullfights. We take them to friends' house for dinners. That I have friends that invited them so they could have different types of meals, that they could see the way that we live here. We took them all around the island. We took them to all the special spots. We took them swimming after work. We did whale watching with them. We took them to different companies. Of course, the internship was made in Quinta dos Azores, and they had a day work schedule. They would get in around 8:30, and then they would leave at whatever time they were over, but always after 4. Some days they would get a little less, they would have their own day work schedule, and I would pick them up, or Elga would take them back to the dorms, and then I would pick them up, and I had the schedule. Today, we're going to do a trail. Today, we're going to go for dinner. Today, we're going to go visit this. We're going to do that. Whatever we could do. We did a lot for a month. It's kind of tight because we really want to show a lot, but I would always tell them, this is not all. I'm leaving a little behind, so you come back and visit me. So they all promised they would come back. Let's see. And we keep in touch through WhatsApp, and they send me pictures of what they're doing. It's amazing. It's an amazing experience.
So you made friends?
I made friends. Even one of them calls me Portuguese mother. which is interesting. Alanis and Hannah, they're all special. Jacob, Lucas, they're all very special, very special.
So you mentioned we, and you mentioned Elga.
Yes.
Who else is involved?
My husband, which is amazing also. He helps a lot because whenever I can't do, because like I said, I have an environmental engineering company, and sometimes on my schedule I would have to or leave the island, but my husband Antonio would pick them up, would do the same. In fact, Antonio did a lot with them too also. Andre, my son, also. Elga's family, everybody, they are friends, basically, but my family, Elga's family, yes.
So it sounds like the students who come over really have an opportunity to almost get a family-like feel.
Well, we try. I can't talk for them. We try our best, like I said. We try to make them a little home, feeling a little home. It's different, and there's always things they kind of miss on the first days. But by the end of second week, they're fine. They're like, we like it here. This is great. They like the food. Nobody complains about anything. And we try to, even if there's some things, of course, there's always some things. You're in a different environment. You've never been in this place, so there's things you might have to adjust. So we help in that. We help adjust. We help them feel as home as possible. It's just a month. We know it's a short period, but we try to do whatever we can.
So do you see yourself as an ambassador of sorts?
I wouldn't name myself like that, but I just want to make them feel comfortable, and I want them to go back home and make other students willing to say, this must be a good opportunity, a good thing for me to do also. And I think that way maybe the program won't end, because it's a very important program. It's important from the kids, from the students that come from Fresno State, because even though they have an amazing university, they have amazing facilities, they have everything they need to say bye at Fresno State, but it's different here. It's different. We live in an island. Everything's different. The agriculture is different. Soils are different. The way we do farming is different, and it's a good experience for them to see out. In my point of view, it's very important. I studied at the University of the Azores, and we didn't have this program at the time. And I see through my son how important it was for him, and how important it was for the other students that went with him, and the students that went last year, when they came back and said they had an amazing time also. So I think, yes, it's very important. And I hope, and I make what I do is entitled so this program doesn't end, that we can continue with it. Because it is important. It's important for whoever comes from the students that come from Fresno State. Even though they have everything they do at Fresno State, the facilities are amazing educators, but they come here and they see something different. They see a different reality that they never thought maybe existed. The way we do agriculture is different. Our soils are different. They find everything amazing. The volcanic soils, the way the different species. I can say that there was a student last year that he went back home and he's now doing different plants, agricultural plants, malaguetas, which is a little pepper that we do a sauce here. And he went back home and he's doing it. The other day he sends me pictures. And whoever thought, how had he ever thought he would be growing up malaguetas? So it's a different experience that takes things back both ways. Our students bring back experiences, like my son. He brought many different things that he saw and to use in his daily work. And the students from Fresno State, the same thing. So that's why I defend so much, and I want to make it so pleasant for them to be here, so they can go back and they just transmit and share, and so the other students find the opportunity enjoyable to apply for it. So.
Sure, it sounds like it's not only important from a cultural aspect, which you would assume since you're going to a different country, but educationally they're actually learning something.
They're learning it, definitely. They had their whole day work schedule, like I said, at Quinta dos Azores, and they worked in this different departments. But then in the last week, I spoke to different companies here in the island, different farmers that had them go to their places and then have experience there. And they saw different aspects. They saw florists, they saw an organic farmer, they saw different businesses. And all of them, in the different businesses they visited, they took something from it. Even if it's as small as it can be, but it made a difference. They saw little things, because farmers here are small number, of course, for cows. We don't have the big dairies like in California. So they come with their eyes full with big dairies. Everything's big, right? Here, everything, like if you say a farmer with 30 cows, that's like good, big, right? And they saw that. They saw the cows in the fields. They saw the cows being milked in the fields. It was very interesting. They saw cheese factories. They visited cheese factories. They tasted different types of cheeses. They experienced different types of plants, like I said, different foods. But then they went to see how, for the example, the malagueta sauce that we use a lot with cheese. How do they make them? Then we showed the malaguetas. How do you plant them? Like this. And now we have Jacob doing malaguetas back home. So every one of them took something.
So do you see yourself staying involved with this program indefinitely?
Well, as long as they don't say stop, I will. Yes, I will. I would like to be involved and make it bigger. I would like to have students with me at my company, Environmental, and I would like to make it continue, because, like I said, I think it's very important for both sides, for our students and for Fresno State. So yes, I would really like to always and definitely make something for it to always continue in the future.
So what personally do you get from it? I mean, obviously you've got a great deal of passion and enthusiasm, but what do you get from it? I mean, clearly you love the island. Is it the opportunity to share the island? What do you get from it personally?
What do I get from what I'm doing?
From your involvement?
Well, I think it's definitely sharing what we have, meeting, making new friends. Like I said, all of them were special. In their own different way, they were all special. Make friends, and make something for us, because at the same time I'm making something for our students also, for in the future, for more students to have this experience. And it's just educational, culture. That's what I get from it. I don't get nothing, and it's the passion for doing something.
Sure.
For good. Yeah.
We could all only hope to be so lucky, I think, to get involved with something like that where you're really making a difference.
It is. It's to making a difference. At the end, like when I took the students back to the airport, the last day, I told my husband, I said, I never thought I would be so sad. And he said, I hope you don't cry at the airport. And I said, no, I'm not going to cry, but I'm sad. I'm going to miss them tomorrow. I can't believe that tomorrow I have nothing to do. And he says, because I do have something to do. I have the most busiest schedule, but I had nothing to do with them. And I started missing that. I'm like, I have nothing to do tomorrow with them. And though I went to the airport and I started seeing them, and then one started crying. Of this one, I said, there you go. Now, and it was like family, because I have family that visits in the States that visit us, not every summer, but almost every summer we have someone. And it's the saddest day. The happiest day is when you know they're going to arrive. So the day we go to the airport to pick up some family coming from the States, that's a happy day. The day that they leave, that's like a funeral day. It's like you cry, you hug, and that was me with the students last year. And so it's special. Yeah. I don't know if I can describe how it is. It's special. And I hope this year, I'm looking forward for them. I have their schedule up already. That's how I say sometimes they would look at me and I said, you guys are tired? And they said, no, we're not tired. And I said, are you sure? Because we have a lot to do. And I always had something for them. Almost every day we did something.
Well, do you have any particular special memories that you'd like to share?
With
With the students, with, anything having to do with the program itself?
Special memories, all the gatherings we did. We did special gatherings. They stayed a weekend at my house, and that weekend was amazing. We put up beds for everybody. We talked. We did food. It was amazing. We went to the beach. We did sunset. It was an amazing weekend. And I think they really took it back with them too. They helped at home, like if they were at home at their own houses, cleaning the kitchen, making food, putting up the table, everything. They were like home, and I think that was when it starts to making it very special because they're comfortable. They're like at home. They ask me, Liliana, we need this. We need to go there, or can you borrow this, and it's like we start becoming all connected, and that's nice. And that's another thing that I like to do, and I try to do, is even though they come all together, some of them don't even know each other from the university. So they get all four here, or four, what number comes. If you don't have some support, it can be hard because they're not related to each other. They don't even know each other, right? So if there's not someone, I think, that's how I feel, someone to give them some support, I can say that I think they all left, all four of them, friends.
Wow.
You know, all really because we went out together, they slept at my house, we had dinner together, even my mom and my dad, they would participate with us. So I think even them four, they came back home friends. So that's good also to have a good environment, nobody being good to each other, helping each other, and to count on each other. So that's a good thing that I'd like to support also, so that they also go back with not just a good memory of being in a good place, but being all four friends. Yeah, maybe that was my good memory, leaving them at the airport and knowing they all went back in peace and in friends. Yeah.
Wonderful. Was there anything I didn't ask that you'd like to add?
No, I think you basically involved me.
Yeah.
So yes, I would like to, like I said, but I've said this before, I would really like for us to count on this program for many years to come. I'm not young, but I could pass this on to other students, to other people that could continue this, of course, but not end this program, because I really think it's important for both sides, for our students and for Fresno State. It's a very, very good and important how could I say this, like a connection. It's a connection that should not end.